Helps if I put the mic on. Sorry about that. I had a webcam issue, not working properly. Anyway, hello everybody. How's everybody doing? We are back with the final stage here on PYS number 4 here on Asia. We're still following RN, by the way, and we're going out straight away on the hour. Dynasty's Pearl there facing up against GV of all clans. So it's GV and RN. So that's who's going out. GV versus RN. They're going out on Dynasty's Pearl, as I said. So we'll have a quick overview of Dynasty's Pearl. I didn't check to see what the other map was, but it doesn't really matter. We'll find out. So this is Dynasty's Pearl. Always a staple on the tournament circuit at the moment. A lot of clannies, well, they do bits and bobs, interesting stuff. So what normally happens on Dynasty's Pearl? Well, as you can see, it's a city map. We know that. There is the C cap, there is the B cap just in there, and the A cap is just around the corner, just there. So what can we expect? Well, we can expect super heavies, probably. They like taking super heavies on this map. Some clans like to go into the park area, try to get that early cap, and then bunker down, sticking their super heavies around here. Some clans like to take the B cap first and then rotate into the park, funnily enough. But you will always get a tank going into the park to try and get those spots. Super heavies, well, either side, and these strats work from both sides really, it's just the positioning. So the super heavies can go up this way, or alternatively up this way, depending if they're doing that strat, if they're doing the C strat. If they're doing the A strat, however, well, they'll come round this side, around this corner, and try and get into that A cap first. Once they've got it, then they'll bunker down around here. And they'll probably put their super heavies in this position now, just to reset that B cap. It all depends. Sometimes they'll put the super heavies on the corner as well. Now the thing about this map is it's either C or A that normally goes first, because B is pretty difficult, but I do see some clans getting into that B cap. Whoever gets the B cap, if they can get it straight off the bat, they put the other clan under a lot of pressure. Because if the A cap or the C cap is taken, it depends who takes the cap advantage, depends on what happens next. Normally the one with the cap advantage then needs to push into the B cap. Statistically, it's quicker to cap the C than it is the A. It's easier to get to, it's quicker to get to from both the spawns. But, well, it just never know what these strats are going to be with these clans. So let's have a look at the decider, which means I've got to go back into the tournament first to find out what the decider actually is. Because I've forgotten. My bad. So RN, there we go. Rockfield. Oh, Rockfield is always an interesting map. So let's have a look at Rockfield. Have I got Rockfield? I must have, because we have streamed it. Yeah, there we go. So this is Rockfield. Again, another mainstay of the tournament circuit. Hello Pisces. So Rockfield, let's get a pie into the back. What can we expect here? Well, normally if it's a public game we get everybody going to C or everybody going to A. Tournaments are slightly different. You may get a full-on C strat, but generally what happens is they send their lights and mediums probably to this position here to get those early spots. Again, it's a mirror image on the other side, so no need to go into that. Sometimes they do send them up this way. If nothing spotted, get that C cap. If they send the whole team up here, then obviously it's a C strat. Alternatively, if they are just going to spot, they may send a heavy like an IS-4 down to this boulder, and again, it's a mirror. Same on the other side. That way it's just to deny the B cap, and then you get the majority of the tanks going up to the A cap, trying to push round. Oh, what's happened? Don't want that. Trying to push round. Get back over there. Now, there are multiple ways again that this map can be played, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, a lot of clans like to get into the A cap, put the pressure on, and then defend the B cap from being capped. A lot of clans like to take the C cap and then send their heavies down to these areas, like just here and just here, enabling them to push onto the B cap and sort of stay relatively safe. But again, it all depends. Normally, 9 times out of 10, the area of aggro where we get all the action is between these two caps. But again, it depends on the strats. Well, anyway, we're going to get the room invite very shortly, so I'm just going to open a container, one of these containers, and go, ta-da! There we go, 60,000 credits. Very nice. No idea what that is. Tactical airdrop. I don't know. Something tactical and drop from the air, no doubt. It's not loading, so it always takes an age to load on my PC. But anyway, we've got the tournament room, so we'll jump in, we'll ready up, and we'll jump out. And we'll see what this tactical airdrop is now. Maybe it will load, maybe it will not. I don't know, it just seems to take an age sometimes to everything to load up. It's very, very, very disappointing. It's not loading. It's like the newsfeed, so enjoy the tactical airdrop event. The Dancing Object 260. Take a look at this new Tier X collector that is assumed its place amongst the containers. Oh, containers. Containers. Okay, containers. Okay, containers. Yeah. Less said about that, the better anyway. I'm not going to say anything about it. Containers are containers are containers. Let's be honest. Excuse me while I sip some coffee. I've only just got back from Sharjah. That's right, Spicy. I've been in Sharjah. And on the way back, I popped into the Le Méridien near Dubai Airport and went to the Lang Yi lovely Chinese restaurant. Very nice indeed. So let's jump into the room because we can now. So here on Dynasty's Pill, we will have RN on the South Spawn and GV on the North Spawn. Well, the teams aren't here yet, so we're just going to be hanging around for a while. Not too long, just a little while. Don't forget, I'm not the only one streaming today. Wild Ones Alpha is. I'll just show you how to do that actually. I'll jump out, go down into other tournaments, go to current, go to final stage, click across over to streams, and you'll see RN and GV is me, E7 versus ENT is Wild Ones Helper. So there you go. It shows you how to get to the streams. Anyway, let's jump back into that room. I had a clan invite actually from ECG, and I'm very, very humbled by the clan invite. Only two problems. One, I don't speak Chinese or even simplified Chinese, guys, so it would be very difficult for me to converse with you, and vice versa. Unless, of course, you speak good English. And secondly, I don't have all the meta yet to make it. And I always said I'd never really join a clan on Asia until I've got the meta required. And I'm close, really close. I'm almost there with that E5. And as soon as I get that E5, I will be looking for a clan. Anyway, still got 2 minutes to go, so I'm still waiting for the long ready up. RN's team have turned up. We're just waiting for GV's team to turn up. I am actually very honoured to get the invite from ECG. Very, very, very honoured indeed. In fact, they're playing today. I can't remember if they're playing, but we'll have a look later. Well, the whole of GV have now turned up, so we've got, at least we've got 2 teams of 7, which is nice. I'm just waiting for them to pick their meta. I don't think it's going to be as strange as, well, I don't think it's going to be as diverse as Endgame's meta selection yesterday, which was on EU, which was absolutely stunningly funny. So just under a minute and a half to go. The teams are still not ready. So we're just waiting for that. Hello, Chris. Hello, Sorab. Pisces, Spicy, Netforce, and Uncle Playing Blitz. Woohoo! Well, we're coming up to the minute mark and they're still not ready. At the moment, it looks like the Dark Sixes in an IS-4, so Alpha CK is jumping into a mouse. I am Bread Tank in an IS-4, T-Back in a T-22, Zadku in a Crown Wagon, The World in a Crown Wagon, and Taichan in an IS-4, potentially. Moving over to GV, we've only got 6 players at the moment. Yeah, just 6. We've got Berlin in an IS-4, Yogai Govinda in a mouse, Doha in a mouse, Nubic in a mouse, Rome in a T-22, and Tokyo in an IS-4. However, that's only 6. We're still waiting for 1. And there he comes in. Stop playing, but there he goes out again. And Killshock is coming in instead in a Kranwagen. There we go. That's the, oh, I don't, no, maybe stop playing is in a Crown Wagon. I'm sure it will work out in the end. Either way, it's somebody in a Crown Wagon. Let's put it that way. So they're going to be Kill Shock or Stop Playing. I think it's Stop Playing because now we've started the game. So, three mouses for GV. They do like their super heavies. 2 mouses, however, for RN. So there we go. A lot of hit points out there, and as you can see, GV have got about 1,500 more, give or take. That's quite significant. That's like a Vickers. Well, yeah, it's like a Vickers. And as you can see there, just a bit less than a T22. That's significant. Anyway, we're here rolling with Iron Bread Tank. Let's get up high into the back. And as we can see, you can get very high and very to the back on Dynasty's Pill. As you can see, it's going to be a C strat and a B strat for RN. Rotating around the map. Well, we've got Rome here in the T22. He's going to go and get those early spots with the rest of the team heading towards the A cap. And they look like they're going en masse to the A cap. So like when I showed you the flyover, now because nobody from RN has gone to the A cap, it's going to allow the A cap to be taken first. They will get more than one tank in, so they will take the advantage here, GV. And as you can see, they're going to have, if my mouse wasn't so sensitive all the time, they got a Crown Wagon of Stop Playing Blitz and the IS-4 Berlin. So they have got the advantage, albeit slightly. This now means that it is RN who need to either A, push onto the B cap, or B, destroy a tank. Now, as you see here, Doha is going to go down to this corner to protect this flank, like I pointed out in the flyover. Jürgen Govinda is up also, and the rest of them, apart from Berlin, and of course Rome, they are bunkered down. Oh no, Tokyo is rotating around as well, just to cover Doha. So we're going to stand here because it is actually RN who need to make the move. And the world there in the mouse, just being spotted. But that was always to be expected. Nubic and Jürgen Govinda are covering the B cap. I was wondering what's going on with the IS-4 of Iron Bread Tank over there. The Dark Six is coming to join up with them, so there may be a push coming down here. And when they push here, they may push the mouses at the same time. I mean, this is 3 IS-4s. That can push nicely on, and they're going now. They're going to push onto Berlin, and it looks like and the mouses have gone into the B cap at the same time. So Berlin is being focused. So is Jürgen Govinda. So the World and Alpha CK pushing in. So at the moment, it is RN who have got the advantage. Poor old Berlin is being whittled down here, and down he goes, massively down. Now we need to get to that middle cap. They've been pushed out the middle cap. The 3 mouses now pushing onto the 2 mouses of Alpha CK and the World, but the IS-4s are going to get round the back of them here. The IS-4s are going to get round the back, and RN now have the advantage on base points, and they also have the advantage on the hit points, and they have the advantage on guns on the battlefield. Tokyo is looking to take out the World. The World is going to go down. He knows that. Now Dark Six is taking the A cap. Iron Bread Tank and Zadku are going to sit in the B cap, so they're going to take all the caps here. They do lose the mouse of the World, but look at the points. They're going to get the points, and they've got the hit points, and they've still got the guns on the battlefield because Jürgen Govinda has gone down as well. Now Dark Six and Zadku are going to be harassing Nubic. Dohar's had to come in. That's left a bit light, so now Stop Playing Blitz in a Crown Wagon is now being harassed by Taichan. Iron Bread Tank and Alpha CK. So it should be, yeah, there we go. Iron Bread Tank takes him out. So they've lost another count. Zadku is a one-shot, however. Nubic should take him down here. No, not yet. Nubic is still looking to take him down though. Down goes Rome in the T22, and it's gone to RN, just as Nubic manages to take him. So really, really, really well played there by RN. Not going to lie. So RN taking the first advantage here. Really good move, really good rotation of the IS-4s to push onto Berlin. Poor old Berlin got focused there. It was a double move, so as they push around onto Berlin, they also push the Mouses into the B cap. Good reaction from the Mouses of GV, but then the IS-4s taking out Berlin came around the back, and the Mouses had no choice but to turn around and protect their rear. And by doing that, they left their other tanks a little bit exposed. Hence the reason why Stop Playing Blitz also went down. Excuse me. So great little moves there by both teams, but RN just outplaying GV to an extent. We're going to switch the spawns, this time RN on the north spawn and GV on the south spawn. We have the Dark 6 in a Clan Wagon, Alpha CK in a Mouse, I Am Bread Tank in an IS-4, T-Back in a T-22, Zadku in an IS-4, The World in a Clan Wagon, Tai-Chan in an IS-4. Moving over to GV, we have Berlin in the IS-4, Officer now rotating in an IS-4, Yogain Govinda in a Mouse, Doha in a Mouse, Nubic in a Mouse, Rome in a T-22, and Tokyo in an IS-4. So again, I mean, this is the quarterfinals, so it's, you know, not many teams unfortunately are taking place on Asia, so it's going to be pretty much a quickish tournament. I mean, we'll be going out on the semi-finals at about 32 minutes past the hour, and then the finals at 4 minutes past the hour. So it's going to be no more than an hour and a half all in this stream. It's going to be a slightly shorter stream than the PYS group stages, which take about 2 hours. But that's later. This is now. RGV going to be able to stem this and bring it back, take it to a decider? Well, we'll find out. Excuse my yawning, but you know, I've only had 2 hours sleep. And somebody, I did the NA stream at like 4:30 this morning, and you know, some guys come around and said, next time you need to put more energy into the stream. I was like, yeah, well, maybe if you like did 2 hours sleep and did like 3 streams a day, maybe you would have a lack of energy. And on the grounds I was the only person streaming NA, I mean, just be grateful I was streaming it. Next time I won't bother, hey? So, RN this time looking for the A strap, but they have sent Alpha CK out. GV, on the other hand, well, they're not going A, they are now going to the C side. Oh, we do like to be beside the C side. Not that C side, of course. The C side as in Cap C side. Berlin is overlooking the B, and he may jump in. Yes, he does. That's cheeky. Is he going to get away with that? If he does, that'll be a massive advantage for them. He doesn't. It's been reset. And he can't stay there now. He's got to get out, and he knows that, so he's getting out. Bounces one on the way out, though. Yogai Govinda comes in to give some support. Even dropping into the cap, well, it helped them a little bit, but they are down on cap points, and as you can see, what's going to happen now, pretty much what we just saw. This time, RN, well, they're going to be protecting the flanks, and they're going to be on the middle, and they're all going to be looking to prevent GV from pushing through. So, I'm going to get over this side, because it's going to be GV who's going to make the move, not RN. RN are just going to bunker down and wait. They know that GV have to do one of two things. Push the B cap or kill a tank. That's basically what they've got to do. As you can see here, Berlin, Nubic, etc. are throwing shots across into tanks like Iron Bread Tank, etc, etc. Trying to get those hits, but they're just not getting them. At the moment, Alpha CK, oh, that one hit though. Tai-Chan, oh, this is so sensitive, this mouse. Tai-Chan does get a bit of a smacking. But look at the way, I mean, Tokyo is rotating, Nubic is up to come out, Rome is rotating, Berlin is going to stay there, Yogain Govinda is going to stay there, Doha is going to stay there, and Officer is going to stay there. It's Tokyo who's moving around at the moment. Again, RN at the moment do have the advantage, and it's significant. All it needs is they've got to find the give point. That's all GV need to do now. They need to find the point where, the weakest point basically. I mean, Zadku is protecting the flank just in case anything comes after Alpha CK. Over this side, well, this flank is pretty much unprotected. But RN are not thinking that they're going to come that way. I mean, they have spotted Tokyo, and Iron Bread Tank and Tai-Chan can probably do something about that. But they are thinking it's going to come the other side. That's why they're stacking them up. Now, if we have a move round, you'll see that Tokyo is here. They're going to come through the middle. I think GV are just going to hightail it through the middle. I think they're going to send in... Oh no, but Berlin is coming out. Zadku is pushing right down. That's not that bad actually. Zadku has basically turned their heads to make GV think that RN are pushing by looks on it. Zadku may have just overstretched there. This may come back to bite Zadku. Because now he hasn't managed to grab the tanks out and he's been bleeding. Alpha CK is now bleeding. GV are getting ready to push into the B cap. Tokyo is getting ready to push up. There goes Nubic. Nubic is in. This is allowing them to push in. I think this is Zadku made a bit of an error there. Don't think he was meant to go that far forward. Tai-Chan is moving around along with Iron Bread Camp, trying to put shots in Tokyo. But now the B cap is taken. So GV will now take the advantage. GV also has the hit point advantage. Arden is trying to push down, letting the Mouses go through. They're pushing down onto Rome and Berlin. Down goes Rome, big loss. Can they get rid of Berlin though? He's very healthy still. Berlin is very healthy. Tai-Chan is not very healthy. Tai-Chan is really... No, Tai-Chan is back in the garage. That's how unhealthy he is. T-Back is coming to try and help out. They've got to finish Berlin off. Berlin has taken an age to be whittled down here. He's still... Oh, down he goes. Now they got rid of Berlin, they've got to now focus the other tanks. Poor old Zadku is jumped into the C cap. He's now going to be pushed. They need to start looking at the tanks like Tokyo and try and get Tokyo out the equation. They're not able to at this moment in time. Zadku has got the base, and Zao have dragged it back. Well, they did, but now they've just lost. But then again, they did lose Yovnai Govinda. RN have still got control of this game, but they've found Tokyo, and that's what... Oh my god, wrong button. They found Tokyo, and that is going to be disastrous for GV here. The world should be able to put one shot into him if he loads up and finish him off. Doesn't matter, they've finished on cap points anyway. So good stuff by RN. Good stuff indeed. Really good play from RN. I've got to admit, they've been playing really nicely, to be fair. GV didn't really put too many feet wrong. They were just exposed on their focus fire. I don't know what's going on with GV. Their focus fire seems to be a bit hit and miss. No pun intended, by the way. No pun intended. The focus fire in just seems a little bit more coordinated by RN. Strat-wise, there's nothing wrong with GV's strats. It's just that they don't seem to be targeting those low hit point tanks or focusing on those tanks like RN are doing it. So I don't really know. Either way, RN make it to today's semi-final. GV do not. I don't know. How much does that affect GV? Is the question. I don't know. I mean, let's see where they are on the table. I mean, GV are 5th. It's not going to affect them that much, to be honest with you. I think they're still going to remain top 8. They just need to make sure that they keep getting through to this round. Quarterfinals, I mean, unfortunately, I don't think Wargaming have fixed the cups yet. So, even if I go in here and look at the rewards, look at the cups, it says 0. They haven't fixed it yet. So, I can't tell you how many cups they get. I wish I could. I wanted to see, have we got a result yet for RN's opponent? No, not yet, but they're going out on Naval Frontier and FAST. So we'll have a quick view of Naval Frontier, then I'll go off for a while. Now I've got to find out, do we have Naval Frontier? I don't know. Oh, yes, we do. There we go. So Naval Frontier, wow. Use the auto aim, you don't need glasses. Oh, I need glasses because I can't see anything. Yeah, thank you, Northern Tanker, and thank you, Chris. Oh, only, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I admit, I did oversleep and I was a bit tired yesterday. But I don't think I was sat there going, oh, and there's a tank and it's shooting another tank and that tank's dead. I mean, I don't think I did that. Anyway, this is Naval Frontier. So what will we expect here? Well, if it was a public game, we'd expect everybody to be camping here. What we do expect is a tank to come here and try and get the spot, and it is a mirror on the other side, to be fair. Chances are there's going to be, if they're in that way of mind, there's going to be a C-strat. There normally is. They send their AS4s out here. The reason being is because once you get to the C area, you can jump into this area here quite nicely, and it gives you a nice position. It also allows you to put a tank like the Kranwagen up the top here just to give some support, whilst having your tank over here spotting. This is a traditional strat, by the way. It's sometimes also like to put like a, if they're going to the A cap, they will leave this rock. If they're not going to A and they're going C, they'll stick a heavy there just to watch the flank. If they're going to the A cap, well, they'll send their He5s mainly round here, get up there and get in there and sort that out. If, however, they're feeling particularly aggressive, then they may send their IS4s, etc., down this way, peel one off to sit in there, and push the rest through and get up onto this ramp. If they're not feeling aggressive, but they're feeling passive-aggressive and a bit cheeky, they may just stick one in there, into the B cap. It works exactly the same from the other side. It's almost a mirror. It's not truly asymmetrical, but it is like a mirror, to be fair. Similar spotting bush, similar positioning for haul down there, similar positioning for the B cap, similar push down the middle, similar for the A cap. So it all depends what mood they are in. However, I have seen some clans, especially on NA, push their heavies, excuse me, it's very dusty here, out in the fringes of Dubai, push their heavies down this road instead, send them to the C cap still, and then try and get behind the enemy. Again, it's a very aggressive strat, and it doesn't always work, and not everybody employs it, so it's always an interesting one if they do it. Again, as I say every time, I can only highlight the potential. I can't tell you exactly what they're going to do because we don't know their strats. The other one was Faust. Faust is always a tricky map. It is a tricky map because it's so big. And Faust leaves you with a dilemma. Do you go down or do you go up? Obviously, going up only gives you one cap. Going down gives you a lot more. Recently, I've seen a lot more aggression on Faust than normal, with teams pushing down here over the ramp, dropping one into the D cap or the C cap, continuing their push round, sending a couple of tanks up, and then trying to get to the ramps here as quickly as possible. Why? Because if they're E5s, they're nice and haul down, they've got a little bit of decent gun depression, they can put pressure on. I've also seen them, now it usually used to be that they used to get to this bush and the opposite bush over there from the other side. Stick an IS4 here and it used to be quite nice. However, I've now been seeing them taking IS4s or even Kranwagens down these lanes. That way they can put pressure on the B cap or even try to sneak it. Same from the other side. Don't really see many A cap strats other than a Vickers or a T22 going out here just to get those spots, to find out what's going down, is anybody going here, give the information back to the team. Sometimes, absolutely sometimes, you'll see them drop down and help with the B cap. Other times you will see them continue their push round, try and get round the back of them. Majority of the time on this map you get a brawl either around this middle area, not the B cap itself, but you do get brawls around the B cap, but not mass ones. Normally around this middle area, or normally on the ramps and around the B and the D and the C cap. But again, we don't know until we roll out with them because they have so many different strats. So let's have a look-see. I think people have sent me some replays. We've got about 15 minutes. So here we go. Let's have a look at this one. This is Venom. Nice. I'm going to drop my ugly mug off and sup my coffee and cough a little bit. Back in a moment.
Let's get this show on the road.
Okay, cough gone. There we go. Back to coffee and talk. how's everybody doing anyway on this fine, fine Friday? Ay, ay, ay. Oh, Killshock of GV. How you doing, mate? Yeah, like I said, I mean, GV is not looking like the normal, you know, GV. I mean, maybe you're just taking the time. Maybe the guys are just taking that time. They don't need to try hard, realistically, just to get into the top 8. Maybe they're saving their energy for the Pro Tour. That kind of makes sense. Raid used to do that on EU. To be fair, they did. They would just like cruise their way into the top 8 and then pull it all out when it counted in the Pro Series. So maybe GV's doing that. I mean, they're pretty safe at the moment. I don't think many are going to be able to catch them and knock them out of the top 8. Obviously, you've still got to get into the final stages, so I don't think it's a major problem, to be fair. Oh, Killshot. You're still a substitute. Majority of us don't even get into the, don't even get to get that. Don't even get to be a nub substitute. You just get to be a token member. I'd rather be a nub substitute than a token member. Trust me. Oh, still getting over my very, very lovely lunch. To be fair. A couple more replays after this. That won't play them all at the same time, of course, but we will get to see them. As I said, after this we've got the semi-final, and then after that we got the final, so we've still got plenty to go, plenty of time. After this replay we'll get to see who Arden are playing, who they've been teamed up against. And because all the results should be through by then. Suffering from a little bit of FPS here today on Asia. No ping, bit of FPS. I was having an issue yesterday on EU, not on the stream. I played EU, a couple of games in some tags that I've yet to hit the game, and oh, it was horrible. The loss was just horrid. Not great, not great at all. Well, as you should all know now, the Object 260 is now in the store. Well, it's not. It's in a container, if you're lucky. Yeah, you heard what I said. If you're lucky. I haven't even looked at the drop charts because I haven't got the store to load, but I don't know. Tell you what, I think I'm logged in on EU on my iPad. So I can see it there. So I am logged into EU. Oh, it's a bit loud. Sorry about that. Double loudness. So let's have a goosey and see what's going on. Those of you who are unaware of London Cockney rhyming slang, goosey gander means to have a look, basically. So, bundles. Okay, it's for cash. 3 Object 260 containers for $10. The drop charts is 5%. Or a charm. I mean, chances are you need 25 charms. So you work that out. 25 charms. 10 containers is going to cost you, oh dearie me, almost $100. So 13 containers is going to cost you roughly, yeah, $100. Crikey. That's expensive. So to get the tank, it's going to cost you almost $200 outright, guaranteed. That's a great ace there, by the way, by Venom. 7k damage in the Kranwagen. Beautiful mastery. Beautiful mastery. 3 kills as well. That's very, very nice. Wow, that's expensive. To be fair. It ain't cheap. So, oof. That's a tad more expensive than I expected. Let's have a look to see if we've got any results in, shall we? As I get over that. Wow. Wow. So, looks like E7, HLV, and Dirt also didn't go through. So E7 losing out to ENT. ENT have been playing really well. Really, really well. I must admit. HLV, well, they've been playing well. They went down to Feast. Admittedly, it was a decider, but they've been playing well, HLV. And, well, wait, 2-0 down to ECG, who sent me a clan invite. So, who are RN playing? They're playing Feast. So, wowzers. That's in about 7 minutes, so I can't even show another replay. So, Feast and RN here on the semi-finals, final stage. That means it's ENT against ECG. That's intriguing. Intriguing. I don't know why I haven't got this airdrop. I don't have it in my EU part. I have it in this one, but I don't have it in EU, oddly enough. I don't know why. Unfortunately, I can't get it to operate. Look, it won't load. So I don't know what it is. I'd love to tell you, but I don't. And again, I can't. I'll show you the bundles, but I've just told you what the bundles are, looking from the EU store. And there are lots of things. I can't. Sorry, can't do a tune. I'm not allowed, man. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what the airdrop thing is. And at the moment, I mean, I can't even load this up. It won't tell me. Very disappointingly annoying. And I'd love to tell you what it is from the EU. Oh, here we go. What if free cane is a resource and chance to get powerful Soviet tier 7 power from the sky? Oh, there you go then. So unfortunately, it's not. Yeah, okay. It's not getting a free Soviet tier 10 in a container falling from the sky. That's a shame, isn't it? Let's jump in, ready up, and jump. I still don't have it in my UK. Cheerio, NetForce. So I don't have it in my EU account, in my EU store, so it's all very strange and weird and bizarre. Oh, almost forgot. Look, almost forgot. I keep forgetting. I almost forgot it again. Oh. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, 5% excess. I mean, it's got to be slightly expensive. It's a tier 10, so they can't make it too cheap because that would make a mockery out of tier 10, wouldn't it? But for guarantee, I mean, it's got to be 25 charms for the guarantee. And that's going to cost you almost $200 to guarantee it. I mean, that seems a lot. Well, it does seem a lot. It seems a hell of a lot. Yeah. Anyway, still pondering if that's a good price or not for a pixelated tanky. Anyway, let's jump in. So we will have Feast on the North spawn, RN on the South spawn. They're not rated up yet, but they will be. By the way, if RN doesn't go through, we continue through the group, so we still get to see the finals, so don't worry. Don't know whether that may be, don't know who it may be. But if RN go through, obviously we're still following them, so it doesn't really matter. Either way, we get to see the final. That's nice. I think that's nice. So, Feast have rated up first. We have Bifrost in an E5, F Silver in a Vickers, Hidden Surprise in an E5, 007 James in a Crown Wagon. Who's this? Enchanter. We have Enchanter in an E5, Sleeping Lion in a Crown Wagon, and Sugar Magoo in an E5. At the moment, RN have not rated up, but their team are here. Roadblock is just sat on the bench. The team are here, but they just haven't rated up yet. So we'll see what happens. At the moment, I am Bread Tank is the only one ready. He needs an E5. So, be interested to see if Zadku does go out in a 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-5A. Or if Alpha CK goes out in an Object 140. It'd be nice to see if that were to happen. I know some people really rage about the WZ 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-5A. I'm not one of those. I think it's a pretty sort of mediocre tier 10, considering you've got the 113 and the IS4 and the IS7 to be fair. Well, some people like it. As I said, I'm not one of those people, but some people like it. So we've just got over a minute and a half to go. Poor old Roadblock. Come on, stick him in spectate. Have you got any spectators? Oh, they have. Winter Fox and Zepak. Whereas RN don't have any spectators, so poor old Roadblock has to sit on the bench without seeing anything. It's a damn shame, really. It's because the streamer is assigned to one side, so I'm assigned to this side every time at the moment, which means instead of going with RN, I'm now with Feast. That's just the look of the draw. So sorry, Roadblock, didn't mean it, mate, but I've got one of your replays. We'll show that. Oi. So RN is starting to ready up. Just under a minute. We've got the Dark 6 now in an IS4. And that's about it. Alpha CK probably dropping into a mouse. Yes, he does. Zadku in an IS4. The World in an IS4. Just waiting on T-Back in Tai-Chan. As I said, I didn't expect a 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-5A to go out. Tai-Chan in an E5, just on T-Back. And I didn't expect the Object 140 either, not here on the Frontier. However, I am surprised that they've taken no medium tanks at the moment, no fast tanks. In fact, RN hasn't taken any fast tanks at all. They have another IS4. So they're going full on heavy, although I am Bread Tank is having a dilemma here. Does he go in an E5 or does he go into anything else? No, he stays in the E5. So they are going full on heavy. Feast, on the other hand, well, they're also full on heavy. They're going to be a bit lighter because they've got those E5s rather than the IS4s, but they do have a Vickers light in the guise of F Silver. So they are going to have a bit more mobility on the battlefield than RN. I don't think that's going to worry RN. They've obviously got a strat in mind, to be honest. So, you know, if you've got a strat in mind and it's worked, as you can see, RN have got the hit point advantage, almost 1,000. Well, it's almost 1,000. So they've got something in mind, and I'm intrigued to see what that is. And no doubt Feast are now intrigued to see what that is, looking at that lineup, because that's the first time they're going to see it. So let's go to Pi. And I'm expecting F Silver to take a look at that B cap. Hidden Surprise is going to go with him. Nothing going to see here. The rest of Feast, well, are they going to go through A, or are they going to be... No, they're going to keep Entrepreneur back. So this is not an aggressive strat. This is a passive aggressive strat. Sugar Magoo and Enchanter, are going to just hang back. Here come the whole almost of RN, apart from Dark 6 and Alpha CK. Alpha CK is just worried about crossing because he's a mouse and they will get cross shots in, but he has made it. I think RN are just going to full on push them and try and bully them with their HP. That's what it looks like they're going to do. At the moment, T-Back has been sort of smacked around a little bit, but so is Sugar Magoo. And you know, you have to remember the E5s do like being ammo racked every now and then. You know, they like a good ammo rack does an E5. Oof! Zadku putting 300 straight into Sugar Magoo there. So the hit points are being whittled down here, both sides. T-Back is looking worse for wear. He's not looking good. Bifrost should be able to take him down here. T-Back is getting up close and personal with Bifrost. Enchanter is also being... Oh, Enchanter goes down first. Wow. T-Back manages to bounce Bifrost, so we'll leave that because it's not going to happen again, I don't think. T-Back bounces him again, that'd be interesting. Bread Tank does go down, so they're probably now going to lose 2 tanks. Although it looks like Bifrost has... No, he didn't bounce him a 3rd time, he bounced him twice. So, 1 tank down for Feast, 2 tanks down for RN. Bifrost surviving that encounter. James here. Oh, Zadku now looking worse for wear as well. Zadku down he goes. Dark 6 and Tai-Chan. Well, Tai-Chan's lost half his hit points. Dark 6 getting into the action. Hidden Surprise is going for Tai-Chan. Hidden Surprise looking to take him down. And Tai-Chan is in a world of pain. Down goes 007 James, but it's too little too late, I think. You know, there goes Tai-Chan. So it's 3 against 4. And I'm trying to see where are the low hit points. Well, Sleeping Lion and Sugar Magoo are the lowest. Sugar Magoo is being chased by the Dark Six. The world has got to finish off Sleeping Lion, but you can see F Silver is rotating in to try and put an end to that shenanigans. You know, that's not going to happen, the world, says F Silver. Hidden Surprise, just for adding bonus, comes in to help out. Down goes the world, leaving Alpha CK and the Dark Six. The mobility of Feast getting the better of RN here. So, I mean, Alpha CK is just going to be wrapped around, basically. F Silver's going to farm in from the back. Hidden Surprise is pushing onto Dark Six now. F Silver puts a great shot in. Now it's 1 against far too many. Poor old Alpha CK. I mean, he's a great player and everything, and it's a great tank that he's in. Lots of hit points, but he's not going to be able to survive the battle. It's as simple as that. He puts one into Sugar Magoo and bounces him. So, valiant effort, but Alpha CK, not much you can do about it, big man. Ping pong ping. Look at that. And down he goes. Feast taking the first victory here. Good stuff by Feast. You know, you went with a heavy strats RN and it just didn't work out. I mean, Feast had the better mobility. They were able to wrap around you, basically. Especially F Silver. F Silver knocking out 5k in damage. I mean, he just went around the map farming. Really well played. But F Silver is a fantastic light and medium player. Simple as that. So, congratulations to Feast. There you go, 1-0 up here in the semi. Commiserations to RN, but put it behind you. Get back out there. Pick yourself up, dust yourself down, go back out, do it all again. This time we're swapping those spawn points. Feast on the south spawn, RN on the north spawn. Looks like RN have got a little bit of mobility this time. T-Back jumping into a Vickers. Potentially. They're not fully ready yet though. Moving over to Feast. Wow. They've got realistically no change to their lineup. Apart from Enchanter now jumping into an IS-4. Bifrost in the E5, F Silver back in his Vickers, Hidden Surprise in the E5, 007 James in the E5, Enchanter in an IS-4, Sleeping Lion in a Kranwagen, Sugar Magoo in an E5. Moving over to RN, the Dark Six in a Kranwagen, Alpha CK in an IS-4, I Am Bread Tank in an E5, T-Back in a Vickers, Zadku in a Kranwagen, The World in the IS-4 and Tai-Chan in an IS-4. So Feast have got 1 foot into today's final. Are RN going to turn that around? This is the question. Interesting to see that RN have thrown in a little bit more mobility now. They were a little bit heavy, to be fair. I mean, full heavy lineup is okay in certain instances, but I don't think it works on a map like this, and not when you go to the A cap. If you go through middle, maybe, or if you something like that, but I don't know if it works on the A cap. Anyway, let's have a look and see what's going on. Well, Feast this time, well, they're all going to A again, apart from Sugar Magoo and F Silver are going to peel off. Looks like Hidden Surprise may peel as well, leaving Bifrost. Yeah, the Hidden Surprise and James are just going to hang back. Enchanter, so it's pretty much the same strat from the other side. Moving around, well, this time it is a completely different strat from RN. Alpha CK and the World are going to overlook the A cap. T-Back in the Vickers, well, he's rotating out there. And he's going up high. Dark Six is just overlooking the bush in his Kranwagen. Tai-Chan is going out towards the C-cap. He will be joined by Iron Bread Tank and T-Back. Zadku now probably going to push out and go down and join the IS-4s of the World in Alpha CK. They are just going to hold this corner, those two. Well, what we got here is the E5's Hidden Surprise and 00 James jumping in towards the B-cap. They're not planning on taking it. They're planning on getting around the back of Dark 6, but they've just now seen, well, they would have known that the world is there. Dark 6 is coming out to help out, but Feast have now got the bit between their teeth. Great shot by Sleeping Lion into the world. Alpha CK is being harassed by Enchanter and Bifrost, whilst the Dark 6, but Tai-Chan is coming in. He's going to be able to put shots into the back here. I don't know where the first shot went. I think it went in. Bread Tank as well. Well, Bread Tank's completely ignoring Sugar Magoo. He's trying to get shots across. The world is coming in to try and help out with James. The world is now dangerously low. Alpha CK has gone. James is dangerously low. Can Tai-Chan take him down? Yes, he can. Now, Zadku and Dark 6. Dark 6 is looking at Hidden Surprise. Zadku is just rotating out because they're both on their longish reloads. They'd prefer to have more than one shell, I would have thought. Bread Tank did and was ignoring Sugar Magoo, maybe to an advantage, maybe not. But at the moment, RN do have the points advantage. The world has now gone down. Now Dark 6. Oh, Dark 6 takes Hidden Surprise. Enchanter here could be biting off more than he can chew. He is now being wrapped around Zadku, and Dark 6 should be able to put one into him and finish him off, and yes, he does. This is changing the dynamic of the game. Now RN, it's 4 on 4. Hit points are favouring Feast, no doubt about it. But the base points, oh, Dark 6 gets a big smack from Sugar Magoo, but he returns the favour. Sleeping Lion trying to get one into Zadku. T-back in the Vickers. Wow, where did he go? He's all the way up there trying to snipe. Dark 6 really needs to get into safety. He's getting harassed here from Sugar Magoo. F Silver is going to be looking to try and get round and finish him off. There was Sugar Magoo. Tai-Chan and Zadku. Zadku hopefully is going to be hit point sharing here. Good shot from the Vickers of T-back who's covering. Zadku. Oh, F Silver is going to go after T-back. Zadku tries to put a shot in, misses. T-back gets a bit of a smack there from Sugar Magoo. F Silver should be able to finish him off here, and this is dangerous for T-back. Down goes Dark 6. Nah, T-back's not going to win that battle, I'm afraid. Tai-Chan is not going to win his battle either. This is going to go to Feast, I think. I don't think RN going to be able to hold on. Down he goes. Down goes the Vickers, leaving Zadku as the last man standing. He's very healthy. He may be able to get Sugar Magoo as a token kill, but he is on his big reload, and he has got F Silver in a Vickers right behind him, putting shots into the back of him and to the side. Caps now are going to Feast. This is Feast. They will go to the final today. RN will go into the third place, however. Simple as that. Not what I'd expect after seeing RN yesterday. I'll be honest with you. Better stuff by Feast, but sort of, I don't know, it's a bit disjointed by RN, if I'm to be fair. I mean, the two IS4s here getting completely isolated straight off the bat. Dark 6 did a lot of damage, but Hidden Surprise and who was it? It was James Hidden Surprise. I think it was just these two, wasn't it? Hidden Surprise and James coming right through the B cap there. I mean, wowzers. I don't know. It just seems RM were a little bit off their game today. So congratulations to Feast, you make it through to the final. Commiserations to RN, but you go into the third place playoff. Do we have any other results? In other words, do we have another result from E7 and ENT? Well, let's find out. It wasn't E7, it's ECG. I'm sorry, ECG. I meant you. No, they're still playing, so no results there yet. I don't know if they're going to go. Feast, well, they've gone to the final, so it's Dynasty's Pearl, Hallis. We've already seen Dynasty's Pearl. I'm not going to fly over Dynasty's Pearl again. We've already seen it once. Hello, Mr. President. Yeah, it's bizarre, yeah. Don't you think? I thought it was a bizarre match, personally. So just wait for ECG and ENT to come back with some results. It must have gone to basically a decider. Either way, we're not going to get anything for another, whatever it is, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. So let's play a replay. And poor old Roadblock, he was sat on the bench. So let's watch him go out with Enchanter. Let me just drop my ugly mug off, so at least the replay can do the talking.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting one, Mr. President. I was thinking that, I mean, a full heavy lineup can work, and certainly works on some maps. But I can't really see it working on an A strat on Naval Frontier. And, well, obviously we saw it didn't work. I mean, the lack of mobility hurt them there. I mean, the E5s and the Vickers really are able to harass them. You're right, they had a bit more mobility in the second game, but I now have to question, and I know I'm being an armchair general, okay guys, these guys are much better players than me. I can't throw a strat together like these guys, and it seems like I'm being unduly harsh. I'm not trying to be unduly harsh, I'm trying to understand the methodology of what RM were doing, because they put more mobility into their team, and then sort of denied them their mobility, which sort of confused me. I'll be honest with you. I mean, don't get me wrong. They stuck the Vickers went out towards the sea cap, but once the IS4s had spotted up majority of their team, don't forget, Dark Six had spotted up Sugar Magoo in a heavy, okay, or whatever he was in. He'd spotted up Sugar Magoo. He'd probably spotted up F Silver. I didn't see. He certainly would have spotted up the two E5s as they dropped down into the B cap. Alpha CK and his compatriot in the IS4s would have spotted the other heavies. That should have sent the signal that there's absolutely nothing going to the A cap. So why send two tanks to the A cap, which is what they did? By all means, let the Vickers cap it and rotate the other tank back towards where the danger area is. They did eventually, don't get me wrong, Tommy Tia-Chan did come round and try to put those shots into the back. You know, I'm not disputing that. But it just seemed to be a little bit disjointed, if you understand my meaning. It wasn't fluid. And at this level, if you don't have that fluidity, and you could see from Feast, their focus fire was different, they were a lot more fluid, their reaction times were different, and they were able to control the battle, whereas RN seemed to not be able to control the battle. I don't know if it was because they'd sort of not controlled any of the battle in the first game, and they were automatically on the back foot, or if they're just having an off day, or they're just not tryharding. You know, they don't need to. They are pretty safe in the top 8. They are riding top of the table with Feast just behind them. Maybe they don't need to try hard. Maybe they just thought, well, you know, let's have a rest. I just don't know. You don't know what's going through their heads. But it was an interesting game. It's certainly not the RN that I've been watching for the majority of the PYSs. Anyway, to this Reaper. I do like this tank, by the way. I do like this medium. How you doing, Ginny Gin? Yeah, it was a nice gameplay by Feast there. Anyway, as I was saying, I do like this this 48 pattern. I think it's a very nice tank. A lot of people don't like it. They don't like it because it's tricky. It's a sneaky tank because it looks so much like an E5. People think it's an E5, and it's not. It's a medium, and it has medium armor, and it has not the best armor. It's got a pretty decent turret. Don't get me wrong, but the turret is pennable. You know, it's not as solid as the E5, and it has a particularly low, weaker hull, and it's still got a decent gun. Don't get me wrong, it's still got a decent reload. You just have to play it a little bit more carefully than they do on the E5, and I think that's where a lot of people come unstuck with it. You know, because it's one of those things. Oh, it looks like an E5, so it must be an E5. It's not an E5. It's a pattern. Two different tanks.
We didn't even scratch them.
It's got nice mobility though. I do like it. It does have nice mobility. That's 1 on 2. He's going to do well to win this. Oh, great move. Now he can use his mobility around this moose. Yeah, well, he should be able to. After all, it's a roadblock of Feast. He's a good player. Get that turret. Come completely the wrong direction, Mousy. But I don't blame you, mate, because you've got an awful turret turn. Not exactly the fastest. That's because you're a super heavy. You're not meant to be turning your turret, you're meant to be turning your body. Oh, dearie me. So 5.9k damage at the moment. Is he going to get to the 6? Of course he is. There you go. Lovely. Great mastery there. 6k, flat. Beautifully done. 3 kills. Gotta love it. Right, let's check. Let's see what, if anything, has come up. We're just waiting for that final grouping. We still don't know it. Feast versus who? ENT. Meaning that RN will go out against ECG, so it's Feast against ENT here on Nice Bill in the finals. Which means RN will be going out against ECG in like 3 minutes. And it looks like I've been given an invite to that. Now I think Jack is doing the final. So why don't we do the semi? Let's do the semi. Let's do the semi and we can catch the last game on the final, because Wild One's helper won't be here. He's following somebody else. He's following ENT. So we'll do the semi-final here on Castilla. I didn't do a flyover, but doesn't matter. We've got the Dark 6 in the IS-7, Alpha CK in the Vickers, I Am Bread Tank in the Hodri, T-Back in the Vickers, Zadku in the IS-7, The World in the IS-4, and Taichan in the IS-7. Moving over to ECG. Now, I've forgotten most of these, I'm afraid. So this is Bunadu, of course it is. Bunadu in a Vickers, FV4005 in an E5. This one I struggle with. My Ayanami-chan. My Ayanami-chan in a Progetto 65. Zeng Peng in an IS-4. Coke Bottle, great name, in an AMX-50B. Chen in an AMX-50B, doubling up with Coke Bottle. And JT in an E5. Just for you with the picture, the reason I'm doing this is because there are 2 streamers, okay, and there's only 1 group. So I'll just show you. There's only actually 1 group. Okay, we've got a minute. So if I go into the group, there's only 1 group. So Jack will stream the final because he was following. I mean, he was following that ENT and GV. I was following RN. So I don't want to not see the semi-final. I mean, yeah, the semi-final is just as good. We can catch the last game on the final. We're just going to miss the first game because, unless of course they go to a decider, then of course we won't catch everything. But there's no harm in having a look at the semi-final, the 3rd place playoff. "20 seconds to go." As I said, I didn't fly over Castilla, but we all know what it's like. 4 minutes of stagnation followed by 2 minutes of absolute mayhem. Normally. Although I have seen recently some clans playing it super aggressively from the get-go, which has been interesting to watch. We're going to see it anyway. We're going to watch 3rd place. No, I'm laying down. I don't care what anybody says, despite the fact that you can't see me doing anything because I didn't put my webcam on. You have to deal with it. There is no webcam. Anyway, hit points were in favour of ECG, but let's get up high and see what RN are going to do and what ECG are going to do. Well, we've got Taichan in the IS-7 heading over to just oversee the C cap. Alpha CK going high in the Vickers Lights, trying to get those spots. Rest of the team heading towards, wow, at the moment it's in the direction of the A cap. They may peel off in that IS-4 and IS-7s over towards that B cap overlook. My Ayani man, I don't know how to spell Ayanami-chan. My Ayanami-chan in the Progetto has gone up high. It's a struggle for an Englishman, I'm telling you. Coke Bottle and Chen are just holding back in the 50Bs. FV4005 and JT. Well, JT is going up high to an interesting position in E5. The FV is going to cover Go up high. I hope he should be going around this corner as well, I would have thought. Zhang Pen is in the traditional spot to overlook the B cap, and you can see here the IS-4 of the world is in the traditional spot as well. Just holding back, able to side scrape and make sure that I think can smack him. The Vickers of Alpha CK, well, he dropped down and now he's gone over to the windmill ridge with T back in the other Vickers just overlooking. T-Chan has got bored. He's now going to move towards the ramp. He's going to park his backside about there. And then he's going to spot Zhang Fan as soon as he gets there. Zhang Fan is going to say, shall I push him, shall I not? But now Zhang Fan is being spotted, not proxy supplied, he's being spotted by the Vickers over there. Dropping into the C-cap RN. Now that should send a signal to ECG that the A-cap is pretty much unguarded, but their Vickers of Bunadu is all the way over here, and the AMX-50Bs have rotated round, so they can't even get into the A-cap. So that's basically free real estate for RN. Tai Chan here trying to push up a little bit and put some shots into Zhang Peng, but not able to. Now we've got sort of a full-on sort of push from RN through the C-cap. Still, nobody from ECG has bothered to even drop down to take the A-cap. It's very bizarre, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know, the Progetto now finally going down, is he? It looks like it. The FV4005 is just going to stay there. The world has gotten to a good position. Tai Chan is in a good position. RN are in a very good position here. I mean, I am Bread Tank and the IORI is now up high. Finally, the Progetto drops into the A-cap. It's too little too late though, guys. I mean, you're 420 points behind. And the B-cap of the world in the IS-4, wow. I mean, how did he steal that? Zhang Feng was there for that reason. And the FV4005 is there for that reason. Yet, he almost managed to cap it. Zhang Feng sort of making sure that, wow, actually, I have seen you, I'm going to smack you. But a very strange strat here, to be fair, by ECG. Much more traditional from RN. Much more traditional. Bunadu is now coming over. My Animani Chan, my Ayanami Chan, I really don't know how to pronounce that, is trying to come around the back. B-cap wasn't taken, but they're 200 points almost. It's 150 at least. And they're running away with it, RN. ECG are the ones who've got to make all the moves here. And where are they going to make them? Are they going to push down on here with the 50B and the E5? Are they going to push here? Is the E5 of the FV4005 going to hook up with Zhang Peng? It's just difficult to tell. I mean, I can't see where the pinch point is, to be honest with you, for with this lineup. I just can't. They can't push the IS-7 of Tai Chan because Alpha CK is there, I Am Bread Tank is there, and the Dark 6 is there. They can't push Zadku in the IS-7, or they're going to though. Well, JT is pushing forward, but I Am Bread Tank's going to rotate in, look. And, yeah, that's dangerous. It's a dangerous position. So Zadku puts a big roll into JT. The AMX are the danger tanks, but they're not really being used effectively at this moment in time. Maybe now they will. Coke Bottle and Chen are turning up. They need to get rid of the Ho-Ri if they... Oh, that's a good roll. Now the Ho-Ri is fully loaded again. Now the Dark 6 is coming round. And Alpha CK. This is going to be disastrous for ECG, I think. It's going to be disastrous. Coke Bottle's going to go down without really doing anything. Bless him. Zadku is being pushed by JTK, but they can afford to lose Zadku for the... If they can take out 2 AMX-50Bs, they would be happy to lose an IS-7. I guarantee you that for a fact. They've got the base points. They've got the hit points. Down goes Coke Bottle. Down goes my Animani Chan. Now they can focus Zhang Fen. And well, they'd like Chen out because he's dangerous in the 50B. You can see Home Bread Tank is looking clearly at the AMX. The AMX goes down. Now they can focus on whatever they like. To be honest with you, Zhang Feng managed to take down the Ho-Ri, but down he goes to to the world. FV4005, we're going to leave that. I mean, he's going to go down, but FV4005 is surrounded and deaded. It's 2 against too many. Boonadoo and a Vickers, well, he's got no armour realistically, so anybody can shoot him now, and they do. Leaving just JT left. Very bizarre strat, guys. I must admit, not what I would say traditional. Maybe RN just took them by surprise. Maybe they had it in their mind that RM was going to do a particular thing, and RN just didn't do it. Simple as that, really. And that sort of phased them a little bit. But, yeah, good stuff, RN. Sorry, good stuff, RN. Valiant effort by ECG, although strange. That's for the final. We're going to stay with this. Let Jack do the final. As we can see there, I mean, it wasn't too shabby, but RN really had the upper hand and the advantage. Let's swap those spawn points here on Camp Stiller. RN now on the south spawn, ECG on the north spawn. I will put the camera back on. Hello, I'm back. And there we have it. FPS is dropping. Thank you, game servers. Appreciate it. I do indeed, Martin. I don't get anything other than a front row seat and the ability to talk a lot, really. I mean, the trade-off is that I may get lucky and get some subscribers and things like that, which is a good trade-off, to be fair. But I don't do it for that reason. I do it because, you know, the clan's put work and effort in. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber because of Blitz, and I'm an official CC, so I think, you know, it's only right that we should stream it. Anyway, ECG have read it up. We have Boonadoo in a Vickers, FV4005 in an E5, by Animani Chan in an AMX50, Zhang Peng in a Kranwagen Coke bottle in an E5, Chen in a 50B, and JT in an E5. No change really to the meta. Moving over to RN, the Dark 6 in the IS4, Alpha CK now dropping into an E5, I am Bread Tank still in a Re, T-Back in a Vickers, Zutku in an E5, The World in an IS4, Tai Chan in an E5. Yeah, they dropped one of the Vickers. Well, they still get the Hori. Why not? It's great to see that TDs are making a showing, I must admit. So, is this the penultimate game, or is this the last game giving one of them, i.e. RN, third place? Or will ECG take it to a decider? Anyway, let's find out. ECG this time we've got the hit point advantage. I think they had the hit point advantage last time. In fact, I don't think it's really changed, apart from they've got less this time. So as you can see here, we've got Dark 6 in the world struggling to get up the hill. The T-Back is going to get over to the ramps quicker. The rest of RN are heading towards the C-cap. Let's rotate round and have a look at what ECG are doing. Well, that was a great shot across by T-Back into Zampeng in the Kranwagen. Overcommitted a little bit. He didn't expect that, I don't think. So, again, they're on the back foot here. Look at this from the E5. They're just going to push. They're just going to push as aggressively as they can. They're not going to continue the push. Look at my package loss, man. Look at my FPS. Oh, my God. Servers, what are you doing? Calm down, servers. So, yeah, I mean, they were pushing aggressively. Then it kind of stalled when they saw that there was a load of 50Bs and stuff there. I'm Bread Tankers up high, Vickers at the back, IS4s over at the B-cap area. Poor old Zhang Peng here has been sort of isolated a little bit in the Kranwagen. Not much he can do about it. He can't rotate out of there because he'll get absolutely slaughtered. He needs tanks to come and help him rather than him try and go to them. They need to come to him. And, as if by magic, they're trying to. So we've got Coke Bottle, JK and FV4005 here, and all in E5s. They are worried about that Hori. Admittedly, ECG have now got a cap advantage with Boonadoo cracking in there. The 50Bs, well, they're over the other side, and Chen is looking a little bit worse for wear, but he hasn't managed to give as good as he can get. Alpha CK has been whittled down a bit, but that's over this side. Oh, now there's a push. This is premature. This is early. So they're pushing onto the E5s here of Tai Chen and Alpha CK. This may not go according to plan. There's got to be really well coordinated. And as you can see, they're getting Tai Chen whittled down and they're getting Alpha CK whittled down. And Alpha CK goes down. Zhang Fen, though, is like next to nothing. Tai Chan is next on the list. Coke Bottle would finish him off. Maybe. Well, maybe not. It'll be the AMX-50B. So the 2 tanks down. Bread Tank now will be pushed. But at the same time, we have now got RN pushing into the AMX-50Bs. Let's just leave the Ho-Re for the moment. T-Back needs to get up there and really punish. Oh, Zadku's going to go down here. Coke Bottle should take him from behind. There he goes. So the 50B's rushing to try and get out there. Chen, I don't think... Oh, Chen is going to last. He's going to get to safety, I think. Unless Bread Tank can get through. Bread Tank misses. That's... Oh, it's 3 against 5. This is going to go to ECG. I'll take it all back. It was not a premature push. A lot of mistakes made there by RN. To be perfectly honest with you. A lot of mistakes. And they've been punished for it. In fair play, that's what's meant to happen at this level of the game. You're meant to be punished for the mistakes. And that was really good stuff by ECG. Really good stuff. As soon as those AMX-50s rotated, I think the E5 of RN should have continued their push. They didn't. And they've been punished for it. ECG are going to take this and they're going to knock it into a decider. They are going to take it to a decider. Poor old T-Back isn't going to last. Oh, there you go. He takes Boonadoo, but he goes down himself. This one goes to ECG. That was the penultimate game. It's not the final game. That is interesting. So, we go to a decider. Great stuff, ECG. Completely different team from the last time. A few more mistakes made on this side. I mean, you know, Alpha CK is a good player and so is the world. And they made a few mistakes there, I think. And despite the fact that Iron Bread Tank did a lot of damage, that miss before he was blasted into oblivion it wasn't crucial as in game changer, but it was pretty important to land that shot. Not his fault. He's been pushed by a load of tanks. And, you know, if you're in that position where you've got 3 tanks bearing down on you, I think you have 2 actually. You have 2 tanks bearing down on you and they're going to put shots into you. You've got a split second to make that decision and make that shot. And he did, and he didn't, so it happens. We are now going to go into Alpenstadt for the playoff. RN on the south spawn, ECG on the north. Are ECG going to turn this around? So we have the Dark 6 in a mouse, Alpha CK in a mouse, I am Bread Tanked in an E5, T-Back in a Vickers, Zadku IS4, the World IS4, Tai Chan E5. We go over to ECG, Boonadoo in a Vickers, Fury, I do like Fury Nutman, he is in a Crown Wagon, FV4005 is IS4, my Animanami Chan in an E5, Zhang Peng in a mouse, Coke Bottle in an IS4, and JT in an E5. What's Fury doing? It is Fury Norman, like I said. So Fury Norman here, well, he's definitely going in an E5. There's 10 seconds left. Make your minds up now, boys, because whatever you do, it's poof. They did indeed, Cloudy. So, Alpenstadt. This is the last game. Winner will take it all, but who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? Well, I just don't know. Let's get a pie and find out. So, hit points, well, pretty even Stevens. ECG just taking the advantage there, which is surprising considering that there are 2 mooses on the other side. But again, so RN pushing over to the C cap. Alpha CK is probably Dark 6 are going to peel off to the B cap. And the rest of the team are just going to head to that C cap. But we already have ECG over here. Boone is there in the Vickers. My Annie Manny Chan is there. Coke Bottle and FV are also there, and you got Zhang Feng heading towards that middle cap as well. Fury Norman just holding back. So Tay Chan, he's chasing down Boonadoo here. Boonadoo is going to try. Oh, he's lost a lot of hit points. He needs to get out of dodge, and he does. And he needs to bring those tanks round onto the guns. But look at the brawl in the middle here. Wowzers, they are really taking it to the BCG. They're trying to get T back out of the game. FV4005 is just run into a world of pain, which happens to be Dark 6, Alpha CK, and the world. Yeah, they got down T back, but boy, has it cost them. And it really has cost them. I mean, let's get back over here. JT is going over there. They're going to lose probably my Annie Manny. There he goes. He's out of there. Fury Norman. Well, Boonadoo is now... He should be capping. He should be out there capping. Forget shooting. And he's not. So, oh, they do manage to take down Iron Bread Tank, however. But the hit points are against them by 2,000 now. Comes on the battlefield is now against them. Fury Norman has gone down. So, Coke Bottle's next on the hit list. He's going to go. Down he goes. So it's now 3 against 5. Okay, so Zhang Feng is very, very healthy, but Boonadoo is a one-shot. JT is the one being focused. They're not going to look at the mouse at this stage. RN are just going to focus JT. The world is looking worse for wear, though. Down he goes, but down goes JT. That was a big roll into him. So it's 2 against 2 many. Boonadoo, well, he's a one-shot. They'll just sit here and farm Zhang Peng. They don't care. They'll farm him. And they'll force Boonadoo to come out. And then Zadku will take him just like that. Leaving Zhang Peng as the last man standing. He can't take it on. I mean, there's too many of them. He gets a good shot to Tai Chan. Tai Chan is a one-shot, but by the time he loads, he'll be dead. It's that simple. There we go. So, RN take 3rd place. Oof, oof. 3rd place to RN. Congratulations, RN. Commiserations to ECG, although you did really punish them in the 2nd game on Castilla. Let's quickly jump into the final. We can jump into the final. It's 1-0, so we can ready up. And we can jump in at 1-0, so we get to see Feast are winning this. It's on Dynasty's Pearl. So we have Bifrost. Where are it? Bifrost in E5, F Silver and Vickers, Hidden Surprise, Mouse, Winter Fox IS4, Zepak IS4, Sleeping Lion IS4, Sugar Magoo E5. Moving over to ENT, we have Clutch in E5, Devil's Anthem IS4, Ken Wars IS4, Roses Are Rosy IS4, Necromancer E5, Rename User Mouse, and Striker in a Mouse. And of course, they've also got Wild Ones Alper, Complex, somebody, and Legacy. So, Feast have got the advantage here in the final. See how we switch there? We get to see the 3rd place, and now we get to see the final. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Coins. I've got some coins somewhere. I don't know where they are. So, you can look at the hit points here, and ENT have the advantage. There's about 600. So it's okay. Nothing. Let's get a pie into the back of the map. Well, let's see where they're going. So, Feast. We've already seen them play this map once today, so good rotation here. F Silver, hightailing this time to the B cap. You can see ENT are also on their way in. F Silver is going to really fast cap that B cap. That is going to give them an advantage because F Silver will then be able to take out the A cap because the rest of the whole of ENT is basically coming here. If F Silver can cap it, that will give Feast a really good advantage, and he can cap it. Now, can he get out of there without incurring the wrath of Striker? No. Striker gets a shot in, bless him. However, he will be able to get to the A cap now if he wants to. A Hidden Surprise in the Mouse will keep Striker a little bit entertained. Sleeping Lion and Bifrost will keep Devil Anthem and Ken Wars entertained. F Silver, cap A, man. Winter Fox, Zepak, and Sugar Magoo out in the... oh, Zepak gets a big of a smack there from Roses. So as we can see here, if we go really back, the way that Feast have lined them up, I mean, look at the way they've lined their tanks up. It's beautiful to see. The Mouse of Renamed Users coming in. Oh, he gets a smack. I don't think he wanted that smack. I don't think he wanted that smack either. So, Bifrost is chasing him down. Oh, King Wars is putting shots into the back of Bifrost though. Bifrost may have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew. But he's trying to help out Sugar Magoo and Winter Fox and Zipak, who are pushing down on Necromancer. They're trying to get him out of the game. King Wars is coming in. Clutch is coming in. They're trying desperately to get Necromancer down. Necromancer should go. Oh, no, he hasn't yet. Sugar Magoo should take him now. There he goes. Necromancer's gone. Clutch is gone. So, but Feast have been bled. They have got only 8,000 hit points compared to the 10,000. Winter Fox is now being bled. Roses of Rosie should be able to finish off Winter Fox here. And turn the deficit. Sugar Magoo has gone down. Down goes Winter Fox. Can they get rid of Devil Anthem? They should be able to. Hidden Surprise should be able to take Devil Anthem down here. Side-on shot. But first, Rename User goes down. Then goes Devil Anthem. So it's 4 against 4. Lied. It's 4 against 3. And now Sleeping Lion is in serious trouble. Rename User should be able to take him down. Or King Wars from the other side. Great vision by King Wars. Leaving Zepak in Hidden Surprise. They should be looking to focus Zepak. Oh, what a shot! Leaving Hidden Surprise, last man standing. I thought Feast had that with their early strat, getting that cap. Poor old Hidden Surprise is just getting absolutely wrecked and pummeled by everybody. And it's going to go, not to Feast, it's going to go to ENT. Congratulations, ENT. See, not only did you get to see the third place playoff, but now you get to see the final. What more do you want? What more do you want? You haven't missed a game. Well, you missed the first game, but that was only the first game. First game's just a warm-up. The second game, it gets exciting, and then goes into the decide, and then it gets even more exciting. You don't want the first game. First game's boring. So, alas, decider. This will be the last game today. We will have Feast on the south spawn, ENT on the north spawn. Just waiting for them to ready up. Oh look, that was me. Anyway, we steal everything, man. Nothing wrong with a kill steal. You play the game, you're trying to get good damage, you're trying to get that mastery, you're going to take a sneaky kill steal, aren't you? It's no different with streaming. You're just going to take a sneaky stream steal. It says it's just a sneaky stream steal, nothing major. Anyway, we have Feast readied up, Bifrost in the E5, F Silver in the T22, Hidden Surprise in an E5, 007 James in a Crown Wagon, Winter Fox in the E5, Sleeping Lion in the Crown Wagon, Sugar Magoo in the T22. Moving over to ENT, well, we have Clutch in the clan, Devil Anthem in an IS4, King Wars in a clan, Roses are Rosie in an E5, Necromancer in an E5, Renamed User in the T22, and Striker in an E5. This is winner takes it all. It's like that. I mean, it's good that we jumped in at the right time, not going to lie. Getting to see some good stuff here. My cat is sunbathing. Strange cat. He's got a big fur coat on, he's sunbathing. What a weird thing. Alas, wow, tricky map. It's a tricky map. What are they going to do? Are they going to go for the caps, A and B? Are they going to try and steal the C cap? Are they going to brawl? What is it going to be? Is it going to be full-on aggression, or is it going to be passive? Is it going to be strategic? You never know. Well, let's get a buy and find out, shall we? So, what are Feast looking at doing here? Well, it looks like they're going for the middle, apart from Sugar Magoo, who looks like he's going to overlook the A cap. F Silver, well, what are they doing? Are they just going to... Yeah, they're just going to go for the middle with Sugar Magoo heading for the A cap and overlook. F Silver is going to go to where the TDs normally go on public matches. Just behind that bush there. The rest of the team are just... Well, they're heading out into the middle. Striker's also in the TD bush. Oh, good shot into Striker. And Necromancer's just behind him. B cap will be taken, and then, if I'm not very much mistaken, Rename User. Look at Rename User. What a start. Going down, looking at that ramp, which if we'd done the overview, I would have said that would have been where we're at in E5 would have been, but hey, never know. So ENT, they've got the advantage. They have the advantage. They've got the cap points. Now, rename user, oh, you don't need to jump into A. Oh, you're going to get smacked if you do by James and Silver and Sugar Magoo and probably Sleeping Lion. So don't do it, dude. Just hold there. Stop them taking it. Devil Anthem is going to say, look, leave it to me. I'm a big IS4. Striker and Necromancer are still in this area. Now, Feast have been in this position before against other clans, and they generally do a rotation. I mean, they generally do a flank back through their spawn. Will they do the same thing today? Well, let's get over there and find out, because Sugar Magoo, F Silver and James are here. If we go to the back behind Sugar Magoo, we'll get to see exactly what's going on. Now, if you look at the mini-map, what we've got the Cran Wagons right over in the back there, rotating round back towards their spawn. They're not going fully, they're just, and T22 rename users there. They're trying to just plug the gaps for Necromancer and Striker, just in case anything comes around there. From this side, well, Bifrost, Sleeping Lion, Hidden Surprise. Now Winter Fox is going to join as well. So you've got to wonder, where are they going to push? Because Feast are the ones who've got to do the move, nobody else. Sugar Magoo is out here on his own, really, to be honest. Okay, he's got F Silver and he's got James, but 3 of them aren't enough when there's 4 of them over here. So are they looking to move in this direction, or are they looking to try and do a feint, get ENT to push their tanks over there, then rotate back through their spawn, which is what they're doing, to push round onto the A cap? That would make sense, because then you're pulling ENT to you whilst you're retreating, and then you're going to push onto very isolated tanks in the middle. However, Bifrost is kind of being isolated here, but they needed to track him. He's going to get out of there. Now it's had the opposite effect, because Feast have now seen a danger and they've got to come back. Now this could have been their strat all along. I don't know if it was, because they've now lost 2 caps. ENT distinctly got an advantage. So was that the intention of Feast? Did they intend to bring their caps back to their tanks back to their spawn and then push back into the ground that they've just lost? I doubt that. I think they intended to pull the tanks round. They just didn't realise that it was going to happen so quickly. Sugar Magoo and F Silver area trying to get around the back of Necromancer and Striker, and doing so quite successfully, to be fair. Okay, oh, but that's why rename user and Roses are Rosie are there, to prevent them just having a farm fest. Points all down goes Striker, but the points are still with ENT. Bifrost is, oh, Hidden Surprise is a one-shot. Clutch will take him. Clutch does take him. Points are firmly with ENT. ENT are going to win this. They're 20 points away, unless renamed user goes down, or Roses are Rosie. But it doesn't, and they win it on caps. Roses and Rosie just getting taken out right on the button, but it was too little, too late, because Winter Fox went down for Feast, so ENT win it. Really good stuff there. Really well played by ENT. I don't know if that's what... I really don't know if Feast intended that. Probably did, but I don't know. Either way, wow. Congratulations, ENT, winners of PYS number 4. Commiserations to Feast. You came second. Congratulations to... I've forgotten. RN for coming third. Commiserations for ECG for fourth. However, GG's for all the teams we've seen today. I mean, it's not easy, guys, to play at this level, and it's stressful for them, and they've been doing it day in and day in and day in. Realistically, without a break, because we had this sort of debacle with the strange server shenanigans the other day. Anyway, that is PYS number 4 here on Asia. That's it from me. We are back again on Asia. Bear with me and I'll tell you when. We are back on the 10th. So, we're back on the 10th. There you have it. So, a couple of days off. Nice, eh? Back on Monday. That is nice. Don't know who we've got yet, but that's when we're back. I am back later this evening, however, on EU, where we'll be going out with Demon versus Tesha, and then we'll be picking back up again with Endgame. And then later than that, I'll be going out on NA again with Rain, picking that up with GG. So that's the schedule for the rest of today, guys. And if you're unlucky, today and tomorrow for me, because the NA server happens to be in the early hours of tomorrow morning for me. I enjoyed that. That was good fun. It was a nice way to finish the PYS number 4. 2 more to go. PYS number 5, PYS number 6. It's getting tighter and tighter up there. I think Feast would have overtaken RN today and jumped into first place, but I'm not sure. With Feast losing there, coming second, and RN coming third, and there's 200 odd cups between them, so I think there's 500 cups difference between the places. I'd love to tell you, but I can't. But I think it's 500, so I think Feast may have just jumped up. But in real terms, I don't think there's much change to the top 8, although Cats is a concern because they didn't get through, and they were down in 7th. Everybody else went through, but Cats is a concern. They did not get through. So who is going to chase them? Well, ECG. I mean, ECG are potentially going to jump. They will jump above Durr, most definitely, and Durr in 9th. But will they have enough cups to jump above? Well, Ideal move up. No, I don't know if Ideal move up. So Cats in ID, they're debatable. ECG may have made it into the top 8, is the honest answer. We'll have to wait until the cups are consolidated, because I can't tell you, because the cups aren't showing. Anyway, I'm going to go, because I'm going to get some rest before we roll out on EU. Anyway, I've been Fujit. I'd like to say a massive thank you for popping in and watching. It's been a great afternoon, or an evening, or a morning, or whatever time zone you are in. I'd like to say a big, huge, massive thank you to the mods, the real unsung heroes of this stream, because they make the chat a lovely place for you guys to enjoy the gameplay. Okay, all I do is sit here and press a few keys and fly around maps. They make it so you have, you know, a hassle-free YouTube chat. So until the next time, guys, like I said, I'm back later today with EU, and then NA, and then back on Monday with Asia. Stay safe out there, and really happy tanking, because it's all about having fun. Until the next time, cheerio!